Hey people, what's going on? It's Jamil, and I want to I want to talk about something I've been experiencing. What sharing love through the gang stalking program has been doing for my life, and I realize that a lot of people take love for granted. And now something really tripped out happened to me today. Right, I'm outside and I'm walking, and I was listening to these headphones, and I saw, man, love of my life, man. Her brother. Well, first of all, some older guy was coming down the street, and he stopped me and asked me for directions. And I'm looking at him, and he's older, and he has an accent. I can tell he doesn't really sound like he's from Michigan. And then he had tattoos on him, but he was an older man though, and he was asking for a boat for sale. And I'm like, I'm like listening to him, and I'm thinking, like, is this part of the gang stalking program, or what is this? And he's saying there's a boat for sale in this lot right here, but there's nobody in the lot. I'm like, yeah, I know that. I can look at the lot and see there's nobody, there's nothing there. And I'm like, there's only certain people I know who have boats in the neighborhood. And so I go about my business, I continue my walk. Then I see him over at the house. Love of my life, man. Love of my life. Her talking to her brother. And now her brother, he's a younger guy, and so he's older. He got tattoos and all that stuff. So him being older, I'm thinking like maybe this guy's like been to the joint or something like that. Like maybe this guy's like some professional con artist or something. And so at first I didn't see him talking to the brother. I walk around the corner and he was in a black SUV. And then as I see him out there talking to the brother. The second time, then I'm like concerned because I'm thinking like, maybe this dude's trying to like scam him or something like that. Like maybe this is some sort of professional criminal or something. Like I'm hoping it's a part of the gang stalking program, right? And so I feel kind of like responsible because I'm like, man, it's her brother, And so like even though we're all going through the gang stalking thing, like if an emergency happens and the gang stalking has to be put to the side. And then, like, I'm looking at the old man. I'm like, what if I got to restrain the old man, And then then I come back again. I see the father out there with them. So I'm like, oh, all right, everything's cool. And now the significance of the black SUV is interesting because when I went through my conspiracy research, I ended up coming across a certain element. And one of the times after I came across them, it was a situation with a black SUV. And this is in Los Angeles. This is at the Channel Panel in Los Angeles. And by the way, the Channel Panel's out now. They did a Channel Panel with those channelers, with Trev and all them. And it was like this big event at the International Holiday in Los Angeles. And I went there. This was last summer. And so it's out now. And so now people are going to see videotape of me up there talking to them, asking questions. I haven't gotten a copy of the tape or whatever, but I'm gonna check it out because I know like a lot of people are gonna be watching it. I'm gonna be like, man, I'm getting famous out here, But anyhow, I see they use the black SUV against me at the Channel Panel, and now the Channel Panel, I don't know what gang stalking is. I'm thinking this is a hit, and so I mean, I'm like, these people do have enough. They can get away with doing something like this in broad daylight, like they got that much juice, but it's just gang stalking. But I don't know it, so I ended up running out of the lobby of the hotel, and I'm like running, and I gotta hide in another hotel. I call a cab. I had to go to the Santa Monica beach. I'm like walking around the beach of Santa Monica all day. Then I had to pay all this extra money to have my luggage FedEx back to my house because I was afraid to go to the hotel and get it. I'm like, man, I'm like, I'm not gonna show up there, and have some guy jump out with a sawed-off shotgun or something. Screw that. And so. I end up. Now this is back. This is back in the summertime, right? Last summer, and so then I end up. After that, recently I went to Phoenix. They used the black SUV against me again. The same kind of people. This time, it was a thing where the SUV posed as a cab, and they wanted to give me a cab ride. Now this is the gang stalking program. But at the same time, who knows what can happen? And so I end up getting inside the SUV. I'm like, all right. And then it turned into a thing where the guy had business cards. It was a trick. They want to see. You're talking all this stuff about you're not afraid to die and all this stuff, but is that true? And it turned out, no, I wasn't afraid to die. I went through with it. And so this time, I think today. I don't know. I don't know if that's where they were coming from on that with the black SUV thing. They was an older man, but one thing I noticed about the brother is I kind of see like he knows I love him too, and I can kind of see that because tonight when he came home he waved at me, but I can see it wasn't that he waved at me. It doesn't matter if he waved at me or not. It was his body language. Like I can tell that because I'm so comical. I don't think he knows. Maybe I'm not sure he really knows what to make of me, but he can tell I was sincere through. I think he saw that my feelings of his sister are sincere and real, so he's like, well, why would he lie about anything else? So I kind of saw how my love had transpired, not just to his sister, but to him as well. And so that was like interesting, you know, because earlier in the day, all he can do is like when the game stalking theme is running. Sometimes we communicate, sometimes we don't. He can just look at me, and other times it'll be running. He won't want to look at me, and then it's a complex situation. But at the end of the day, when it was all over with, when he was coming home, it was just him by himself. You know, like, hey, what's up, man? And I could see through his energy, because him and his sister have very similar energy. I could see through his energy that he knew that I cared deeply for him. And so I was like, that's interesting, man. I've never been able to explore love. And that's the first time that I actually got to share compassion with another guy. Before, see, it's strange because, especially in America, with men, everybody's so worried about sounding like they're like a homosexual or sounding like they're weird, that guys don't ever express to another guy that they care about their well-being. And so by me, before, like a few months ago, we would look at each other, but we never do anything. Now it's a more relaxed situation. So even when the gang stalking program's running and he can't do that, he can't look at me or wave at me, he still knows that there's nothing it's all good, man. He still knows that there's nothing personal involved. Like, it's just a theme that's running. And so now I'm starting to see how my character is starting to come through my heart. Like, and to me, that's like the greatest thing I've got. And I got that from his sister, right? From back in the wintertime when like all my emotions and stuff came out. And so his sister, loved my life, man. She's the one who taught me how to use my heart, because I didn't know how to do that before. I was extremely like cut off. And so I don't even know what to make of my life now. I went from talking about just deep CIA research, deep, conspiracy research, and I was wanting, all I wanted to do was talk to people who were deep into conspiracy research, or people who themselves were insiders, CIA agents and stuff like that. That was the most thrilling thing to me. I went from that to where did I go? I went from that to a life death, beating that to gang stalking. Then I became recognized by many people, as the only person in the world that beat king. I mean, it's kind of crazy, because now I'm getting I even got a call. I even got an email last night. Some guy's like, I don't know what they're doing. I got money. I need help. I got money. I'll pay you. I don't know what they're doing. I'm being gang stalked. I know they're planning something big soon. I know what he's talking about, because when I was in my mother's house for a month and I was looking outside at the cars, I would feel the same way. They're planning something big. They're gonna try to break in my house, and so they're gonna try to run in my house with machine guns or something. And so I know what he's going through. And so now that I've grinded through the gang stalking, now I've come to a place in my life where I'm just like, man, that's, there's this young woman, man, that's the fucking woman of my dreams, man. If I'm able to share my love with her, even through the gang stalking and even through all this stuff, and I'm able to make her know she's loved and appreciated, and that's more important. That's more important than anything to me. Like, it's remarkable. And that's the most important person in my life. That guy's sister. She's definitely the most important person in my life. And me and her, we've always been deeply connected. It's kind of strange, because before I kind of knew it, but I was kind of afraid of it. we've always been extremely deeply connected, and it's not until the gang stalking happened until I started realizing it, until I started expressing it to her, but we couldn't communicate because it was the gang stalking that was in effect. And now the gang stalking is wearing off. Because when I see her, when I see her now, I don't see, even before, she was like in shame and stuff that she had to do it. But now all I see is that she's receiving my companionship, like my love. Like I can see she really feels it now. And that's important to me because, like, I know the gang stalking, this is just day by day, and this isn't gonna be here. This is just something that's going on right now. And my goal is for her to feel my love and my companionship for the rest of her life. Like that's what she wants. She's a young woman. She wants love, and however it is, I've been able to share that with her from this extent. And this is limited because we can't, she's on the other side of the gang stalking thing, so she can't come knock on my door. I mean, maybe she will. Who knows? But she can't come knock on my door, like just like that. But but still, I'm able to show her that I truly care about her and I love her, and so I'm hoping that in the near future. Oh, I know. I'm not hoping. I know soon. It's not gonna. I know soon. Me and her are gonna be able to put into manifestation a more closer type relationship, and this gang stalking stuff is gonna be something that me and her are gonna be able to laugh at. I just know it. I know it because I don't want to be with any other woman but her. I don't know if a lot of guys watching this feel that way, but I don't want to be with any other woman but her. And she's shown me in a lot of different ways that she doesn't want to be, she doesn't even feel comfortable being with even if she doesn't know the guy, she doesn't even feel comfortable being around the guy in front of me, whether she knows him well or doesn't know him well. She just doesn't do it, and then she shows me all this compassion and excitement. I mean, extreme excitement, man. Like I love her. I love her to pieces, man. Love her to death, and so I don't have no choice but to grind through this. Me and her have to just grind through this, and she's been showing me she's extremely willing. She let me know in so many ways. She let me know a couple weeks ago that she wants to try to make something work. Somehow we were able to communicate with each other that we want to pursue something, but because of the extreme pressure on her in the gang stalking program, extreme pressure on her through the people around her, through her family and stuff in the gang stalking program, so we're just grinding through it day by day. And so it's like I'm not fighting gang stalking for me anymore. It's like I'm fighting the gang stalking for her to be loved, for her to have the love that she deserves and needs, because I can tell she really wants it. And so I'm just like, if you want it, you can have it. That's where I'm coming from. I'm just like, damn, her face and her skin turns red, like the same color as. Yeah, I'm talking. If you watch this, I'm talking about you. But yeah, her skin turns red, and then as her skin turns red, and she smiles and has excitement, it starts to get the same color as her hair, and that's like the most exciting thing. I've never seen anything like that happen before. I was like, damn. I was like, whoa, And so that was exciting. That was exciting within itself. And so this gang stalking stuff is cool. Had it not been for the gang stalking, I don't know what would happen to me. Had it not been for all this stuff last year, I don't know what would have happened to me. Me and her are definitely gonna be together. Watch. It's coming into manifestation. And her father seems far more open to it. Like, even though everything's changed. He knows I love her, and he knows that she truly wants to be with me. And if nobody else no one else is going to make her as happy as I make her. I mean, that's just obvious. The family's been watching her, wanting to be with me for these few years, but I was just so closed off, and now it's a situation where both of us want to be together and both of us want this to happen, but the gang stalking program. So ultimately, what can the father do? That's his flesh and blood, his daughter. You know, I make her feel, I'm giving, all I have is love and companionship for her. Her safety and her happiness is my priority. She's the most important person in the world. I mean, that's where I'm coming from. And so, what can he do? How is he going to tell her, you can't have, I don't want you to have, you don't need this love. How can he explain that to her? So so eventually, I mean, something, that's the love of my life, man. So the gang stalking program has really changed my life in a lot of ways. And I don't even know what to think about, to be honest with you. When I look back at myself, like, I listened to a couple of videos of myself from last year or a few months ago, and I don't even know what to make of it, really. Like, I'm just like, damn, that was me? I'm like, whoa. And so I don't really know, like, I'm changing. I don't know what to make of myself, like before. Like, I'm like, man, I went through all that over some damn conspiracy stuff? The hell is wrong with me? Like, I'm like looking at it way different, and I'm like, man, I was tripping. Like, I should have been doing something better with my time. But that was really important to me at the time, And so, now this woman, man, she's the most important thing to me. She knows it too. I can see it on her. She knows I love her to pieces. So we have no choice but something's gonna happen, man. It's just, gang stalking program's getting weaker and thinner. I can see it. Before, when I looked at the family, it was the gang stalking program. Then now I'm connected. Somehow I'm connected to them through her heart. I'm bringing her love and happiness. And they're starting to see that I'm not. Before, they're kind of like, man, this dude, he's saying that now, but next week he'll be saying something else. But now they're starting to see that it's not like that. That's love of my life, man. And so, boy, so I don't know, again, like like I was saying, conspiracy stuff. I don't know what to make. I don't really care about conspiracy. A lot of people come on my YouTube channel, and they're coming on my YouTube channel based on conspiracy videos. I don't know. Like, all the conspiracy videos I've made and all the different interviews I've done, like, that doesn't really mean nothing to me. A lot of people contact me based on those circumstances. It doesn't mean anything to me. I really don't even care to talk about it. Or conspiracies, to be honest with you. I've had people email me, and they're just like, I gotta know the secret of blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, I don't know, and I don't want to know, man. Leave that stuff alone. Stuff is trouble. They're like, but all the presidents are chosen by a select few. I'm like, yeah, I know all about it, man, but I don't want to talk about it. I don't care anymore. I'm concerned now with all I want to do is all I want to do is be able to talk to the love of my life in person. Keep grinding through this gang stalking stuff. And that's it, man. That's it. Call me about getting through gang stalking. I can help you with that. Don't call me about nothing else. I don't know. Nothing. So funny, because I could picture myself one day I'm going to be like sitting there, and like somebody's going to bring up something like about, they're going to be like, I think that whole thing about Jim Jones was a CIA cover or something like that. I'm just going to be like, wouldn't surprise me. I'm not going to say nothing though. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to be like, it wouldn't surprise me. Nope. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. They're going to be like, what do you think? Do you think this was an inside job or a cover-up or something? I'm like, it wouldn't surprise me. But I'm not going to say nothing, though. I don't care. You're not going to get me caught back up in all that. Not me. I don't care. And so, that's where I'm at, man. And I don't really care what anybody thinks about me either. I've changed my view on that a lot. Like, I've gotten so famous on YouTube, it's just like, I'm just famous on YouTube. That sounds crazy, but I'm like, you know, go take a couple of pictures of me and make a YouTube video. Make me more famous, or like write a book about me or something. I don't care. It's like I don't, you know, it is what it is. I'm tired of you. To be honest with you, I'm getting tired of the YouTube stuff. It's not really anything special. People come on YouTube, like, and people go to work and people go to school and they come on YouTube and they see me on here and they're just like, okay. People have no idea about my life though, man. A lot of people come on here and they hear me talking about stuff and they have no idea. People are living a life where they're at. If you only knew what types of things are out there and what stuff goes on in the world, you know.